Are people there? Live chat. People are here. I don't know how I can see your chat. I've never gone live on YouTube before. Someone throw a chat so I can see if I know how to do this. I'm 100. Technology. 6 of you are here. Hi, I see your chat. I see how this works now. I don't know how to do this. Yes, you do. Hey, Nick. Hey, oh, this is so fun. Okay, so, hi. I'm real Tourette'S tonight. You'll get to see this. I literally went blonde today. Thank you. It's way shorter than I expected. I'm getting used to it. I love you. I'm good. Who here's from another? I'm in New York City. Who here's from another? Oh, thank you for loving my hair. I can pretend like it's natural. It is very much not natural. Ava, that's my niece's name. I love that name. Thank you for finding my channel. Your hair. Y'all are being so nice about my hair because I was feeling real self-conscious about how short it was. Australia, Texas. I just booked a show in Texas as soon as COVID's over. Love your, thank you. Spain, oh, I'm a little jealous. I'm a lot jealous. All of you are in cool places. Berkeley, California. My really great friend lives there. Sri Lanka. Indiana. I might have lived there for a minute. I do shows in Indiana. Yeah, by the way, someone said you could have tricked me with this hair being natural. It's because I go to a great person in New York City who does blonde hair. They're so mean, and I just put up with it because my hair looks so good when I leave. I was excited about going live on Instagram because I was gonna like have some of you pop in with me, and I can't do that here. But my Instagram's been down all day. So as soon as that's back up and running, maybe next week, I will do an Instagram live and I will let you all pop in with me and we'll hang out. Thank you for saying my hair looks great. Do you watch The Office? I get a vibe that I absolutely watch The Office. I make jokes about how I'm Pam and I was looking for my gym and then I just joined a gym and I was like, oh, that's my gym. Do you like that I don't look at the camera? Because I can't see your comments and look at the camera. Oh, there was a question I missed. Hold on, let me go back. When will I do another video with Dr. Mike? Stay tuned. He's one of my good buds, so stay tuned. Let's see here. Someone said I was looking that you shared, sorry, I'm going to scroll back, that you showed your family the apology letters. I was just looking at more apology letters today. They're insane. I cannot believe I successfully somewhat turned into a grown-up. All that sass on Twitter. I know my Instagram was down today, so I've been particularly sassy on Twitter. What part of Texas is your show booked for? I don't know. I'd have to get back to you on that. I don't know. Just watched Dr. Mike's latest vid. Thank you. I have fun making fun of Mike. There's so many things coming in. There are 47 of you here. What? I really expected no one to come hang out with me tonight. Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going to pause and answer this question. Have you faced any extra challenges with COVID? Or has it been an extra set of like source of jokes? And the answer is yes to both. My entire tour was canceled. I was supposed to be touring all summer. I was supposed to be touring most of like leading up to COVID. And then I was supposed to do a fall college campus tour and all of that was canceled. So like financially I took a hit. And also just like, I love being on the road and meeting people and performing live, but I've set up a great little Zoom performance area. I do shows in the park in New York City when I can. So I've tried to get creative. I always remind people that as someone with a disability, I'm like an expert in innovation and creativity and like getting weird. And so I had to remind myself that I can do that in COVID as well. And it has been great for jokes. Let's see here. People woke up for this. I cannot believe you all. As someone who likes sleep. Oh, wait, okay. I keep pushing the wrong buttons. That's what happens when you have Tourette's. As someone who loves sleep, I'm just so thankful people woke up. What did I have for dinner? I might have just eaten a handful of chocolate chips because I got home right before this, but I will make an egg. Oh, you guys are giving me compliments. This is so nice. So I filmed the first video with Mike, and I've done things before that I've done well. Like, I've been on BuzzFeed. I've done some, like, other things. I did, like, a TED Talk. So I've done things. But I was, like, so convinced that people were going to hate me. And, oh, it's 1 a.m. in the UK. I was so convinced people were going to hate me. And then reading the comments, and, like, the vast majority were so nice and wonderful. And it made me feel so good. But please don't notice that I do respond to all of the hate. I can't help myself. I'm going to stop. Everyone's told me to stop. Someone was like, you're annoying. And I was like, Mom, is that you? Who would ever hate Pam? I am not for everyone. I think anyone who's a big personality as a performer is not for anybody. And I'm in my early 30s, mid-30s, and I've realized that it's okay that not everybody likes me. What I don't like it was when people are mean. A woman on Instagram called me, on Insta called me stupid. No, on YouTube. A woman on YouTube called me stupid. And I was like, I'm a lot of things. And in some ways, yes, but don't say that. I'm a bit surprised that you have that worry. I am shamelessly myself. And, you know, it's hard to get a lot of hate on the internet. I've had it happen before. It's not easy. And I've spent years building up to this point where the hate doesn't hurt me, but I was afraid that, like, the vast majority wouldn't like me. And then it would be like, ugh, like, this is what I want to do. I am a performer. So, you know, I think that's hard. But I am unapologetically me. So even if there's hate, I'm not going to change. Have you ever burned yourself cooking due to Tourette's? So yes and yes. I also blame it on Tourette's when it's not necessarily Tourette's. I'm an awful cook, you all. Everyone was like, you just start trying. And so then I started trying, and they were like, oh, okay, now we know you just are really bad at it. I'm really bad in the kitchen. I set the fire alarm off every time I try. I'm really good at cooking runny eggs. I was thinking if there's anything else. There's not. Someone wrote, when people are mean to you online, they're just in pain themselves. I agree. Here's the thing. We all think mean things. Even though I wish I didn't, I was in therapy for years. We all think mean things. But I think there's like where you start saying mean things to people, right? Like to go into the comments and be like, you're fat or you're ugly or you're not funny is like taking the next step. And I really want to say to those people, like, I hope you get help. Because it's one thing to think mean things, but to say something so hurtful to someone, I feel like is a reflection of you. And I've been in therapy because when I am healthy, I am a better person, a better friend, and a better advocate. And I wish everyone that as well. Yeah, someone else wrote, I get the fat comments every now and again. And like, fat is beautiful. Fat is a descriptor. Like, and people use it sometimes to be hurtful. And I don't love that. And I'm missing half the things as they come in. Some of it's Tourette's. So if I don't respond to your questions, hit it with me again. Oh, Dr. Mike's cooking video. So I don't know if you've all seen it, but I did a cooking video with Mike. And I have not a good palate. I like American cheese. I like white bread. I'm a Midwesterner. I'm a disaster. And Mike doesn't cook either. And so between the two of us, I was basing it if I thought it was his or the grocery store based solely on his reactions, which made it funnier to me. Like I'd walk in and he'd like do this and I'd like try to figure out, can I cook with y'all? You can cook for me anytime. You don't want me cooking with you. My favorite color I think is periwinkle because it's my favorite one to say. Someone wrote, how are you? I love you. I love you. I love that people showed up to this. I'm a little sleepy, but I'm blonde. Anyone can cook for me. I'll eat it. I'm really good at runny eggs. Oh, someone's a chef on here. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I can make really good roasted vegetables half of the time. Half of the time I do catch them on fire. So it's like very hit or miss. Let's see here. How do you deal when a person treats you like I'm dumb because I have a disability? So how do I deal when, sorry if I froze. I think I went away for a second. Am I back? Someone FaceTimed me. I think I'm back. So how do I deal when someone talks down to me because I have Tourette's? And it happens so often in my life. When my Tourette's is more noticeable, I immediately see people talking down to me. And I mean, some of it is like, how sad for them, you know, because they're missing out on getting to know some incredible people with disabilities who have a ton to offer the world, but they're so stuck in their preconceived notions or judgments. I had a doctor, a neurologist who was like, who pays for you? And I was like, me. And he was like, who pays for you? And I was like, me. And he was like, who pays for you to live? And I was like, the answer isn't changing. And he was so baffled by the fact that like I have a disability and I have a job and I have an apartment in New York City, and he couldn't get there. And like, yes, there are people who need assistance, but there are also people who need assistance who are brilliant. And if we're stuck in this world of like disability means you're not going to be successful, then we're missing out on so many people who are fantastic, brilliant, incredible people in this world. Okay, I missed some questions. I'm going back. Do you have any, so someone said, I have Tourette's, and my parents don't support it. Do you have any tips? So my biggest tip is like, my mom gets annoyed with my Tourette's. My mother was, I think, a little bit embarrassed by my Tourette's growing up. And I think the biggest thing for me was like learning to love and embrace what makes me me. So if you're here right now and there are 59 of you, think about what you love about yourself. And like write it down. And I have mine framed. The first thing I love about myself that I found as a kid was that I loved my sense of humor, and my boarding school framed it, and I still have it. It's in my closet, so you can't see it. It would be weird to have, you know, red child handwriting on my wall. But like find something you love about yourself and use that as like a jumping off point. Because everyone has something incredible to offer this world. Let's see here. Have I ever watched Molly Burke? I've seen a few of her videos. I know Mike worked with her, so I think I watched that one. Someone said you make me feel so happy. I hope everyone on here is like hanging out with me and also thinking like, what sets you apart and makes you different and quirky and amazing, and how do you lean into it and love it even more? I'm such a jolly person. I can also be a complete nightmare. And I own it. People are saying nice things about how I look, which is really lovely. Which Hogwarts house are you? Guess. Guess my Hogwarts house. Guess my Hogwarts house. I love that me ticking on camera makes you all feel better, and it's gonna, Hufflepuff is correct! Oh my God, I'm so clearly a Hufflepuff. I love you all. This is hilarious. Am I doing this live thing correctly? Am I supposed to be doing other things, or can we just hang out and me answer questions? Hufflepuffs unite. And you know what? A little bit of me wanted to be a Slytherin. A little bit of me wanted to be, but I am Hufflepuff through and through. Oh, good. I'm doing great. Let's see here. I love that people are sharing with me. Does it pause when I look at the comments? I wonder if I can look at the comments on my computer. That might be easier here. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know how. I'm really painfully bad at technology. It's like almost impressive. I don't think I can do it on my computer. It's not going to let me. I should have gone live on my computer, but my phone felt like a better camera. Although, look how sweaty I am. I'm seeing other questions come in. Oh, so do I have a master's degree? Do I want to be a professor? No. That's not true. I would love to teach a class. Watch the live stream on your computer, and then you can see the comments. But it's not letting me because I'm logged in. Let's see here. I thought I was doing Instagram, but my Instagram is down today. Oh, here, let's do this. I know how I'm going to do this. Please hold. Oh, thank you so much, whoever just said they have to go. I think you have to shut the live here. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to figure it out. I am really thrifty at not being good at technology. Watch this. You're not going to be able to see it because I'm on my computer, so I don't know why I said watch this. Yeah, the whole, you want me to sing? You do not want me to sing. It is so horrific. I can't sing. I sound like cats dying. I'm good at, oh, okay, ready? I'm good at so many things. I'm here, and I can see your questions on here. Oh, that's so weird, though. I'm looking at myself from different places. Huh. This is like Inception, and I'm not sure I'm here for it. So anyone who's saying that I saw someone who says they're struggling with their friends seeing their tics. Let your friends know that tics come and go and they change and they wane. For instance, last night my Tourette's was so bad I could not sleep. I know it is trippy watching. It's trippy watching myself here, let alone here and here. Tics change and they come and go so your friend should get it that like sometimes it's more noticeable and sometimes it isn't. It doesn't mean you're not being legit and yourself. And thank you about letting your freak flag fly. I literally do every day. It's my favorite type of flag. Let's see here. What's your workout routine? Someone wrote, I've lost 125 pounds and look for other workout tips. So I've lost somewhere between 130 and 140. And I've realized that my workout tip is anything that's weird. If I can be weird, I'm happy. So my favorite thing to do when it's not during COVID is to go into any building in New York City and with 40 flights of stairs or more and run to the top 1 to 3 times. But I do it in costume and I am a freak. It's fine. I'm not normal. But I still do this stair thing. But in COVID, you can't just get into random buildings in the city. So I end up doing it just at the gym on the treadmill. But here's the thing I found about masks that I love. I lip sync every song while I'm running stairs and nobody knows because my mask is on. So they have no idea how weird I am. No idea. I know how weird I am, but they don't. Also, I look around with like these like big bulky dudes working out and I'm listening to like Britney Spears and I'm lip syncing to her like I mean it, or like Destiny's Child. Let's see here. You're right, I'm not weird in New York. Am I doing another collab with Mike? Stay tuned. Oh, I can read here again. Sorry, I keep forgetting how to do this. Someone is like, I do this too. I love that I'm slowly finding all of my weirdos. By the way, before I logged on to this live, you all didn't see it. So I get shots in my face for Tourette's because my Tourette's was so severe for a few months that I was starting to mess up my vision. So I do it around my eyes. I get these shots that kind of help make it so there's no long-lasting damage in my face. But we tried it around my mouth, and it is affecting my speech. Not a ton, maybe you can't notice it, I can notice it, but it's also affecting my ability to smile. So before I logged on, I literally went in the mirror and I was like, practicing smiling. It is what it is. It is what it is, everyone. Someone wrote, if I see you in New York, can I come say hi? Nothing would make me happier than if you came up to me and you were like, I'm friends with you on Instagram or I follow you on YouTube, and you came up and say hi. Please do. Please do. Nothing would make me happier. That happened for like the first time 2 weeks ago. I was at a comedy thing and someone came up to me and was like, you performed at my college. And I was like, this is the coolest. Please come say hi to me. Oh, someone saw me on the train. Come say hi. I promise I'm nice. I'm like a disaster of a human. So there's like a solid chance I'm running late. I'm sweaty. My hair's above my head. But come hang out with me. I promise I will like have a combo with you. Unless I'm on like a first date and I like shouldn't be having a combo. But even then I'll hug you and say hi. Unless it's COVID. And then I will still probably want to hug you. She might bark, but she will not bite. In most situations, that's true. Oh my God, I'm just kidding. Keeping this PG-13. It's 4 a.m. where you are. Oh my gosh. You can all use that you're a disaster of a human. That phrase hot mess, I really feel like describes me. I don't think I'm hot. I think I'm often sweating because I'm running late. But can you hear the cars outside my window? I kind of lean in. I lean in to being a little, that's my ride. No, it's not. I'm so many floors up. But why can I hear that loud as day? Could you hear that car honking? Honking. That's a word. So I tour all of the time in normal days. So I will do better at posting where I am when things start to come back to life. I just did Cleveland. That was like my second to last stop before COVID, Cleveland. And I'm working on potentially doing a fundraiser there. So I will make sure to let you all know. At some point, I have these high hopes of doing a pancreatic cancer fundraiser in Cleveland and volunteering and getting myself out there. So stay tuned. Also, my doctors are all Cleveland Clinic, so I'm there regularly. Y'all are procrastinating with school, someone just wrote. What was it? You are procrastinating with your economics notes. Economics? You sound smarter than me. I'm all about procrastination if it's taking some time to laugh. What does it mean to let your tics out? That's a great question. So sometimes there are certain tics that I can hold back a little bit and like suppress them, but I have to put every ounce of energy into holding my tics back and suppressing them. And when I let it out, it gets 7, 8, 9 times as bad. So in my adult life, I just don't hold my tics back. If I need to bark, I'm gonna bark, like even if it's on a first date. Let's see. Let's go back to looking. Do you have ADHD? So as many of you know, Tourette's is a disorder that you often have additional things. So I have Tourette's and I have obsessive compulsive disorder, and I was diagnosed with ADD but not ADHD. However, in looking at the way I live my life, I would not be surprised if they're like, we're going to give you that H back. So I don't know for sure. Have I ever been to Idaho? Yeah. I just don't remember where I was in Idaho. And I love hiking, and I hate winter, so let me know when it's nice there. Someone wrote 30 flights of stairs. Yeah, sounds like the H. Does that mean, I don't know what the H means, you guys. I'm not cool. I'm old. I'm in my 30s now. I'm 100. I'll do better at letting you all know. When I go back to touring, I'll put things on Instagram if the shows are open. So often I get booked at private things, like a youth event or a college or a place of worship, and so it's not open to the public. So I'll try to post anything open to the public. Is it physically exhausting to have Tourette's? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I want to candy coat it, and it is. And there's so many things in life that are physically exhausting. And so my bed is the most comfortable place on earth because sleep is so important to give my body a break. It's so hard for me to go to sleep. So when it happens, I cherish it, and I need it. And there are days where Tourette's is not exhausting, but there are days where, like right now, my eyes are really tired because I was ticky tembo today. Someone asked when my birthday was. June 5th. It's a good birthday. I am very much a Gemini. Let's see here. Hannah, you make me feel like it's okay to be yourself. If that's all I do in my lifetime, that's enough. That's like my goal. My goal is to make you laugh, and my goal is for people to be like, whoever I am is okay. It doesn't mean we can't be reaching for our goals and working to better ourselves. At any time I'm working to be my best self, I do things all of the time that I'm not thrilled with or not proud of, and then I reflect and try to be better. So I think if all I get through is laughter and whoever you are is amazing and you are needed in this world, that's good enough for me. Do you have a Patreon? I don't yet. Someone last week told me I should. I feel like people have hard-earned money right now, and I'd rather you said, I'm doing okay. I'm able to still do Zoom shows. So I'd rather you go support artists who are really, really out of work, who can't do Zoom performances. You are so sweet. I wish more people were like you. And sometimes I'm not. Sometimes, as I said before, I'm like a nightmare. But I think I have a good heart. And I think I truly, truly care about people knowing that they belong in this world. I'm going to start talking more about mental health on my channel. But I definitely went through years of really severe depression. And for me, when I say every single person matters, and if it's not like blowing steam up your butt. I really think that everyone has something different to add to this world, and no one else is like you. And there's a reason for that. I almost teared up saying that a little bit. You too have a great night. Thank you. Everyone's coming. I literally got back from the hair place an hour ago. I've not eaten dinner yet. Why do you think about funding cancer research for children? Oh, so I'm not going to get into a full story, but I'm very close with a family who one of their children passed away of childhood cancer. And my dad died of cancer. My best friend's dad died of cancer. Mike, who I am very close with, his mom died of cancer. So I've got all of these parts of my life that are affected by it. And so I want to fundraise as much as I can. That's why I fundraise. And for kids cancer, I found out in the last few years that it's totally different research. I had no idea. So if you're researching cancer, kids cancer is totally different research. We got to be funding that. Oh, so someone asked, let's see here. I also have Tourette's. I find it difficult to explain to people why I'm ticking. What do you find is the easiest way? So when I'm on stage, I explain Tourette's like this. Everybody has a fence in their brain. And so in my fence, there's a tiny piece missing. So signals seep through that I didn't mean to send. So if you tell your arms to go up in the air, you put your arms up in the air. So because of that fence missing, sometimes my brain thinks I sent the signals for me to wink or bark or make funny faces, but I didn't. That's like the best way I can explain it in a really clear, easy to understand way. Let's see here. People are worried about someone in their family getting cancer. Yes, and because of people fundraising and giving money to cancer research, it's going to get better and better every year. So I also have an uncle, by the way, who beat cancer like 4 times. He's kind of like my dad at this point. Someone asked what I'm doing for Thanksgiving. I'm dancing around in turkey lurkey style. I'm hopefully, depending on COVID, going to take a COVID test and fly home and hang out with my mom in Ohio. Someone asked, this is a great question. Did you struggle with eating disorder behaviors when trying to lose weight? Yes. And I see a dietitian to make sure I don't. So I work really hard to make sure that I don't take any foods off the table, that I eat healthy, balanced meals, and it's a struggle. And I work on it every day of my life. So, you know, I've spent years, I do intuitive eating, so I tried to take the shame out of eating so that I, yes, Ohio exists. It does. I'll be there. Someone just moved to Ohio. Oh, if I see you there, I'll wave. Although I'm going to be honest, I don't really go out a ton because I just kind of hang out with my family. You have a good night too. I'm glad people are hanging out. Feel free to come and go. It's not rude to peace in and out. I'll probably do about 10 more minutes of this and then I'll head out. I'm going to answer this one. Okay, wait. I want to save that question. I want to remember that question, what it was, and I already just forgot it. So yeah, I have a dietitian to make sure that I am doing this in a really healthy way, that I'm not starving myself, that I'm incorporating chocolate and carbohydrates. For me, it's not about weight loss. It's about feeling healthy. Because again, and I've said this before, you can be healthy and happy and beautiful at any weight. And I had a tough childhood between Tourette's and some other stuff, which I'll dive into in another day. And I kind of detached from my body, and eating became my only coping mechanism. And it served me while it served me. And then I realized like it was time to move on and find healthier coping mechanisms for me. But Pam at 15 did what she needed to do to stay alive. And I have love for myself. And I see pictures of me when I was in a bigger body, and I have love for me and compassion for me. And I know that I was, just trying to figure it out. So yeah, I work really hard with a doctor that I listen to and trust, with a team or a dietitian, with a trainer. Yes. Someone asked how I started my career as an advocate and as a comedian. Okay. So I found my diaries and my journals from when I was a little nugget, same height probably, but just younger. And it's all jokes. I was writing jokes from like 7 years old. I found a journal and it's all jokes about my mother at 7. So I had comedy in me. I think I told the full story on one of my videos on YouTube, but comedy's been in me. And I started doing stand-up in high school, and I was in so much trouble at boarding school. They needed to give me a healthy outlet. They put me into comedy. I'm sweaty, y'all. They put me into comedy, and then starting in college, people started asking me to come talk about Tourette's. At first, it was like my neurologist was like, I'm at a conference. You're funny and well-spoken. Will you come talk about Tourette's? So I talked about Tourette's at like a doctor thing. And then it kind of went from there. And then about 7 years ago, I was asked to give like a TED talk, like a TEDx talk. And I worked on it. And I wanted to talk about Tourette's, but I also was like, okay, but I need to have comedy in there. I'm a stand-up comic. And it hit me like these are not separate things. I can talk about Tourette's and be funny. So then I created the one-woman show that I tour with, which is comedy and storytelling with a message. And I do tour with pure comedy as well, but most of what I end up doing on the road is like comedy and storytelling with a message. So I would say it's like 60% comedy to 80% comedy if they say I can be dirty. And then, so like colleges, it's like stand-up heavy, but the message is still there. How do I know where to draw the line between jokes being edgy and harmful? So any comic will tell you that's tough, right? Because so I have a joke that kind of hits on white privilege and talks about disability. And I actually think it's kind of a beautiful joke. Like, it's pointing out that these things all exist. And I filmed it and it did really well. And then I sent it along to friends and I was like, can I post this? And half were like, yes, and half were like, you're going to get backlash. And I never want to hurt anybody with my jokes. But I also feel like as a comic, I look at things upside down, backwards, and sideways. And sometimes I say things that I don't believe because the joke is there and I want people to see how absurd it is. So I honestly, sometimes I do cross the line. I test things at open mics and I test things when I'm not on tour in New York City to try to figure out where can I walk the line and not offend people. Even when I'm doing pure comedy, I want people to not feel like I'm ever making fun of them or making fun of disability. I'm laughing at my point of view. So that line is hard and I think about it all of the time. And I'm on my phone. Did you all see me just look for my phone for a second? That happened. I, all of the time, will, I have like a thing on my phone that's called funny and then a bad word. And I just, all of the ideas that come to my mind go in this folder on my phone. Maybe one day I'll read you all. I was going to read premises that haven't been turned into jokes yet. I'll do that another day. And I'll see something that I wrote it for him and I'll be like, oh, that's a little offensive. But I usually try to like rework it until I can find where it toes the line but doesn't cross it. But comics, sometimes we cross lines. And sometimes if someone were to come up to me and be like, you hurt my feelings with a joke, I'd feel really sad about it. Some comics would love that, but that would make my heart hurt. So I try not to do that. Someone wrote, what's the difference between one-woman show and stand-up? So with the one-woman show, there's also storytelling comedy, and there's like a message in there. But they're not very different at all. In comedy, my goal is to make you laugh. And in my one-woman show, my goal is to make you laugh and have feels. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. Someone was mentioning that they've seen a comic with a joke backfire. Yeah. I'm going to be honest, as a comic, watching a comic, this is so awful, who is like having a joke just bomb, because we've all been there. And if it's someone I'm friends with who I know is going to be okay, we have fun with it. When I was getting started as a comic years ago, I had like 3 best dude friends who are all comics in New Jersey. And if I had a joke bomb on stage, they would, from the back of the theater or wherever we were, restaurant or bar, they would go, nope. And they did it just loud enough that I could hear it, but not that everybody heard it. And it was the funniest thing to me. If you're going to be a comic, you got to be okay with like not having a good show, having a joke bomb. Do you have a favorite thing about comedy? Yeah, I have a lot of favorite things about comedy. I love writing. I love that it's an outlet, but my absolute favorite thing about comedy, the absolute favorite moment and the reason I keep doing it, when you get on stage and you tell like a first joke and it goes well and you get laughter, there's this moment where you know the audience is there for the ride and you can get weird and you can try new stuff because they're in it. They're on the roller coaster of whatever's about to come out of your mouth. And that feeling when that hits and I know this audience, they're with me, let's get weird, there's nothing as cool as that. Like, that's my drug of choice. I don't use drugs, so that's it. How do you recover from a situation where a joke is made and nobody laughs? It depends on the show. Sometimes I just move on. Sometimes I'll be like, that's fine, that joke wasn't for you. Sometimes I'll tell the audience they're wrong. I'll be like, that's funny and you're wrong. Sometimes I'll just be like, meh, switch directions. It just depends. It depends. Someone asked, what's the best joke you've ever made? My favorite current joke is on my YouTube channel. And it's the one about weight loss and a missing poster. I'm not going to tell you here. You got to go find it. Someone wrote, who wouldn't laugh at your jokes? We all have bad days. We all have rough shows. Any comic who says to you that they've never bombed on stage is lying to your face. It is part of it. I have watched the comics that I love and respect, I will not name names, just die on stage, just crash and burn. Because if you're a comic and you're trying new stuff and you're innovating, you should be having bad shows. Someone wrote, that's my favorite joke. I love it. Thank you. It's the one I have the most fun telling these days, although that changes every day. Yes, go back to your homework. Thank you for letting me procrastinate with you for a few minutes. I'm going to head off in like 2 minutes anyway. Do you have any learning disorders? Yeah. So I really struggle with name recall. It's why I'm a really awful host at comedy shows. I can tell you about somebody. I will know what they love to do, things that they've said, and I might not know their name. And it's a language disability. But here's the thing about learning disabilities. It doesn't mean you're a bad learner. It just means you learn differently. I have a master's degree. I have 2 postmaster's degree. I have a certificate in executive coaching, and I have a learning disability. One thing doesn't rule out the next. It just means you've got to learn how your brain learns. Unlock your brain. It took me a while to learn how I learn, and now that I know, I love school. I want to go back and get a doctorate when I have time. It might be a while. Oh, I'm so glad that joke made you all laugh. Okay, everyone, I am hitting a wall, but this was way more fun than I expected, and I will do this again, and I will do it on Instagram Live. I've yet to go live on Instagram, so please make sure you follow me on Instagram at Pamela Comedy. Hang out with me here. Thank you all for being part of my family and crew. I'm just so thankful. I promise I'll do it again. For those, I've been here for 36 minutes. I'm just getting tired. I'll do more questions because there are a few hundred I didn't get to. But y'all, what a crew. Stay weird. You do you. Thank you for hanging out with me wherever you are in whatever time zone. I really appreciate all of you. And mwah, I'm going to end it now. The stream. Are you sure you want to stop?